We're now in Cartagena.
Cloudy when we arrived. First thing was to send up the drone, praying for sunshine. I'm always amazed at the difference sunshine and blue skies make to a place, but Cartagena is nevertheless a fascinating place. Walk off the ship and already in the thick of it. Clearly has a Mediterranean feel to it, both the architecture and the ambience, and the flora, but also home to a plethora of history, with buildings and artifacts dating back 2,000 years. We first strolled into the town, a really beautiful historic place. The sun then came out for the rest of the day. Believe it or not, this is the tourist office. Not medieval, but beautiful, built in 1907. European cities often have impressive buildings, and Cartagena is no exception. At times I wondered where have all the people gone, but I'm not complaining. It's peaceful and quiet this morning, and we walk up to the Cathedral of Santa Maria la Mea, clearly an ancient building.
Cartagena is home to quite a few historical sites, and we're looking at one of them, the Cathedral of Santa Maria la Mayor.
The 13th century cathedral is considered to be in the location of the first church, founded by the Apostle St. James, known in Spain as Santiago, who landed here in the 1st century AD to spread the word of Christianity throughout Spain. As a peacock welcomes us, we reached what has to be the major attraction here, the historic Roman amphitheater, built at the end of the 1st century BC, when Rome was at the height of its power under Augustus, who had defeated Antony and Cleopatra. It was only rediscovered after almost 2,000 years in 1987. It had been buried beneath the remains of centuries of historic occupations, as Cartagena was conquered by Byzantine, Visigoth, Moorish, and finally Christian armies. The Romans conquered in 209 BC and called it Carthagia Nova, the New Carthage. As Carthage itself means new city, it became the new city. It's difficult to believe how this vast amphitheater was buried for so long. To suddenly come across it after walking up the hill was stunning. It's one of the high points of the city, providing views over the surrounding countryside and the cathedral. As we surveyed the astounding spectacle, it was awe-inspiring. I often wonder if places like this are left undiscovered for millennia. How many more places are still to be discovered? Even here it appears excavations continue. The hill and the bay here undoubtedly one of the reasons it became an important city in antiquity. It's regarded as one of the best harbors in the Mediterranean. Nowadays there's a new amphitheater, the Torres Park Auditorium, used for musical performances. The ancient and the modern, side by side. Unquestionably, there are spectacular views from up here. It's a great place from which to survey the city. The way this historic site is presented is exceptional. A superb place for visitors to enjoy, learn, and soak in history. The statue of Hasdrubal the Fair, the Carthaginian general who refounded the city in 228 BC as Quart Adasht, the new city, a name identical to Carthage. We then walked back into town to grab a drink and a sit down. Free Wi-Fi here. So check the messages. Then back to explore. Time for a stroll around this fascinating city that certainly has a Spanish feel to it. A pleasure just to walk and talk with interesting architecture and sights. The city was a pleasure to behold, and bilingual signs help visitors feel welcome. It was nice simply to walk around, take pictures, enjoy the history and culture. We soon arrived at the master of the artillery park, a statue of St. Francis of Assisi prominent, and unusual in that he appears to be holding a man and woman, perhaps Joseph and Mary. Every now and again in European cities, one comes across places hundreds, maybe even thousands of years old, relics of the past, that very often have interesting stories to tell. It's a great city to walk around, interesting sights wherever we went. Still only 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Time for a coffee and a snack in a scenic location. Cartagena, even though a cruise ship was in port, was not crowded, and it was one of my favorite places on the trip. Always fascinating things to see, unusual. Finally, a stroll back to the ship. Did you notice we hardly saw a car all day? Certainly did not see one moving. It's a really charming city, elegant, spotlessly clean, a sense of grandeur, always a pleasing ambiance. And my favorite weather, sunny, not too hot, not humid at all, and great skies. Thank you, Cartagena, for a wonderful day. So we sail away with a great feeling.
It's been a long, hard season. I'm feeling weary to my bones. I guess that's my reason. I've packed my bags and now I'm gone. Somewhere between the sun and the deep blue sea. That's where you find me. Tender red, flat out on a beach bed. That's where you find me. Working on my fishing skills in a little boat that I rent. Ain't got nothing but time to kill. No vacation's been more heaven sent. Between the sun and the deep blue sea, tan and red, flat out on a beach bed.
The Last Supper to celebrate. Prawn starter, steak to follow,
My feet in the sand,
then lobster,
drink in my hand. Between the sun and the deep blue sea,
then we jump on a plane and fly back to the greatest place on earth, England. It's been a fantastic trip.
between the sun and the deep blue sea.